Hey guys, so in this video we're going to revisit and reapply our understanding of urban temperatures and why urban temperatures tend to be a few degrees higher than their rural counterparts. So you might want to pause this video, go back and look at your notes and just remind yourself as to the exact reasons why urban temperatures tend to be higher. So there are multiple reasons for that. I'll let you pause this video and just remind yourself of what they could be. Okay, so hopefully you have paused this video and reminded yourself of why urban temperatures tend to be higher than rural areas. So I hope in your list you've listed out things like the anthropogenic, or humans actually creating heat themselves. I hope that you've also got sections in there about circulation of the wind and the wind not being able to have a cooling breeze coming through because of the buildings. I really do hope that you've talked there about albedo and reflectivity of surfaces. So do remember, we really do understand the physics of this. This is quite well understood as a system. So there's an excellent video here from NASA that talks in detail about urban heat islands, gives you a little bit more information on there. So with the urban heat island, it's going to become increasingly important. Increasingly, it's going to be becoming a problem if we don't design our cities well. So two reasons for that. We've seen the emergence of a mega city. That's a city with a population of over 10 million people. And we've also seen that through the process of global warming, the urban environments themselves are stressed out a lot more. So when we look at the intensification of urban heat islands, we know it's going to get worse because our cities are becoming larger. Our cities are also becoming more economically active. We have a lot more economic activity going on there. As wealth increases, you're going to have more, for example, more and more transportation and use of air conditioning. And in the context of that, that's at the local level. And in the context of that, we've also got the global level. We know that we are going to experience global climate change. So what I would suggest is that you find a photograph that shows an urban heat island, or preferably maybe a photograph of an actual city, and then you annotate that on to explain both the causes of the urban heat island and starting to think about some management strategies that you could put into place. So just to review here what we've said, there are two aspects to this. There's the waste heat. There we go, let's highlight that up. There's the waste heat that contributes to the urban heat island. And there's also those albedo aspects. You could get a photograph of an urban area and then ask to talk about the urban heat island and possibly how it could be managed. So in the next video, there's a great link there that from the National Geographic can give you a bit more detail on that urban heat island. The next thing we're going to go on to look at is wind in urban areas. We've touched on this already. We've talked about very briefly the design of buildings, but I'd like to dig down into a little bit more detail with that one and how urban areas change wind flow patterns.